Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Tan Tennis channel. And you may know that I did a review on the new Headspeed MP 2024 and the Blade 100 V9 recently. But I have read some comments and many of you guys want to see a comparison between the two. And I feel you because these are the rackets with the same spec. And I can say that it's a direct competitor against each other. So you may have to consider carefully if you are thinking about buying either one of them. For the spec on the paper, both rackets are 100 square inches head size with a 300 gram unstrung weight. Both are 16 by 19 string pattern with a 7 points headlight unstrung and around like 4 points headlight strung. So classic twinner spec, right? The main differences are that the beam on the speed is 23mm and on the blade is a bit thinner at 22mm. Okay, now let's see the real spec of my rackets. Basically the weight and the swing weight. On the Speed MP, the swing weight is 325 and the strung weight came at 323 gram, which is pretty on point with the 300 gram unstrung. But on the Blade 100 V9, the swing weight is 324, which is pretty much the same, but it's over spec on the weight because it came at 330 gram. So that's like 7 gram over spec. I strung both rackets with restring sync 17 gauge at 50 pounds on the main and 48 pounds on the cross. Let's start with the Speed MP, and this 2024 version of Oxadic 2.0 is a good update from the 2022 version. Basically it's softer, plusher, more solid and more stable. And the feel is more dampened, but you don't lose sensation or connection of the ball. You can still find the crispiness at contact if you put the right string on it. And in my opinion, I think it feels better with firm poly with crispy feel. So anything gray with a loose feel work. What I like about this racket, first, it's very maneuverable. It feels light and whippy. I just hope that the beam is thinner though. Compared to the Blade 100, I think the speed is way faster. At first, I think it's the differences in the weight because the blade is over spec. But later, I add the leather grip to the Speed MP and now the static weight of the Speed is also around 330 gram. But it still moves faster and swing faster to me than the Blade 100 V9, which is unexpected because the blade is thinner beam, so it's supposed to be faster. The Speed MP 2024 is an all-round racket. It's a blend of power and control, but I think it lays a bit more toward the power. It has easy power and spin, and when I play with it, I think I have to worry about controlling the ball to put it in the court more than like generating the power. Spin is really good, I have no problem with it. Access to spin is easy, and the spin potential is high. I feel like the string bed offers great ball pocketing, and the ball stays on the string a little bit longer, and that's what I like because my swing is like pull and push and it's extended. So I prefer the rackets that offers longer dwell time to get more control over the ball. All in all, I feel quite confident to swing the Speed MP from the baseline. The Speed can do everything really well. It helps me putting myself in an attacking position more often than the blade. It helps me on the ground strokes and on neutral ball a lot, and often give me advantages over my opponents because generally the ball goes deep to the baseline and it often comes with short ball from the other side afterward. Approach shot is really good. I can accelerate the racket very easy and the ball goes as command most of the time, and I can put top spin on the ball on like short balls. Okay, what I don't like. First, although I think it's stable for my level most of the time, but it's not quite enough when you play with a higher level player or big hitters. I can really feel the racket face shake and twist when I have to deal with heavy balls. Second, I think the first serve is just average. I mean, it's good, but not outstanding compared to like Gravity MP or the Shift 99 or the V Core. Third, the control could be better. I still have to worry about overheating a bit, both on the depth and on the side. Mostly on the side though. On the depth, I can use the top spin to help put the ball in place, although I hit long once in a while when the racket face angle is not right. However, I tend to overhit when changing the direction of the ball more often. And on put away shot, if I'm going down the line or like inside out, it often goes too much to the side. But on the cross court, I didn't experience much of a problem though. Fourth, I always feel like the racket is shorter in length than what it's supposed to be when I hit two-handed backhand. In summary, although it's the racket that I don't like playing with it that often, but it always delivers when playing a match. Now let's get on to the Blade 100V9, and this 2024 version is more user-friendly than the V8 to me. I feel like it has a bit larger sweet spot and easier pop. The power is higher than the Blade 98 for sure because it's 100 square inches and the beam is thicker. But I don't feel like I get extra topspin that much on my natural ground strokes. But when I really want to hit a topspin, yeah, I can pull higher topspin than the 98. On the field, although the flex is the same as the Speed MP at 60 RA, this one definitely feels firmer and crispier. I can feel that the throat flex a lot, but the hoop is stiff, so you can get a plushness when hitting on the sweet spot. But when you didn't make a clean contact, like you hit off a little bit, it can be a bit jarring. So, among the two, if you ask me which one is more comfortable, I have to give it to the Speed MP. I think it's around like 15% more comfortable than the Blade. If you place these two rackets side by side, the Blade string bed is more tight with the cross being closer to each other compared to the Speed, that the crosses have more space between each other. And probably because of this, the string bed of the Blade feels stiffer than the Speed MP, and it needs more force to make the string move and pocket the ball, so you need to hit it harder. The power is definitely lower than the Speed MP, like it can generate the same pace but it requires more input. But when you do swing full, I think the Blade can generate a heavier ball that seems to trouble my opponent more than the Speed. On the Speed MP, the ball is fast, yes, but the weight of the ball doesn't seem to trouble my hitting partner that much. And the trajectory is more projectile with a spin that the ball goes up and down. And on the Blade, the ball goes more straight. The string bed doesn't hold the ball as long as the Speed, and it releases the ball faster and flatter. You can see in the video that the launch angle of the ball of this racket is quite low. I can barely make it above the net compared to the Speed that the ball generally goes higher. So you cannot use the spin to control the depth as good as on the Speed because the access to spin and the spin potential is lower. But rather you can use the swing speed to control it instead. But I would say the depth control is quite good in terms of control for power. So if you hit flat and through the court, I think you will enjoy this racket more than the Speed. But if you hit with top spin, I think you will enjoy the Speed a lot more. The directional control is really good. This is the racket that can redirect heavy ball effectively. The racket feels like it has enough weight to go after the ball and change direction. And it still has that precision of the Blade family, so you can be more accurate when you're on the attack or when you want to place the ball, making the opponent move left and right. What I like about this racket Basically, I like the feel and the power it can generate. You may have to focus a little bit more than the speed because the sweet spot is smaller. But if you hit it right, you can crush the ball for a clean winner. The stability of the racket is quite okay. I think on par or a bit more stable than the speed. Hitting two-handed backhand feels solid and powerful. The first service is good, ball placement is on command, and it has enough power. I actually prefer this racket over the speed for the first service, but on the second service, I think it's on par. What I don't like about this racket, first I think it's low. Although it has a thinner beam of 22mm, it feels hefty on the take back and on the swing. I think the speed at the same weight feels faster. Secondly, I would appreciate more top spin. It's true that the Blade 100 packs with extra power than the 98, but I don't feel like it gives the same amount of extra top spin. So that's kind of an imbalance between the power and spin there. So if you swing the same way you did on the Blade 98, you can overhit easily because the spin doesn't help that much with making the ball dip. The ball will go with extra power and it will land deeper. In summary, which one do I prefer? Well, if I have to play a match, I'm quite sure I will pick the Speed MP. I think it's more well balanced on everything and it gives me more confidence. And for the majority of players, I will still recommend the Speed MP. It's a versatile racket that can go with different strokes and game style compared to the Blade 100 that I think some people may love it, but some people cannot play with it at all. I think it suits a smaller group of people, like someone who play with a modern ground strokes with fast and compact swing, or someone who hit flat. But I can still think of some rackets that can do better for that group anyway. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment, and thank you for watching. See you in the next video.